In this video, I'm going to show you why attachment is keeping you stuck on negative timelines, on creating resistance when it comes to attracting love, is literally keeping the things invisible to you that you want. And I'm going to show you the most powerful process for letting go that I have ever found that has completely transformed my life from the inside out, and people that come to my live events, my 21-day challenges. I've literally seen thousands of people apply this process, and it has completely transformed their life as well. Now, I was inspired to make this video because last night I was watching this documentary on YouTube that is many different episodes showing golf. Now, I'm not a golf fan. I don't play golf regularly at all. Sometimes I go to a driving range with friends, but that's about it. And I played golf one time in Lake Tahoe. But other than that, I'm not an expert at it, but I was curious to this documentary, this thing that was coming up on YouTube, and it was called Full Swing. And on episode 2, episode 1 kind of pulled me in. It's every episode's on a different golfer, a couple golfers, to see the difference on the mindset. And what I thought was very interesting is how these two people that were on the second episode very beautifully demonstrated the difference between increased importance and putting things on a pedestal and detached from outcome and in a flow, and how that completely changed the results that they got. So I don't want to necessarily butcher the names, but there was Scotty Scheffler was one of them, and then there was Brooks Koepka. Now, these two people are world-renowned golfers, and what you see in the episode is the polarity between these two that are on their own journeys of trying to win this golf tournament. And what was interesting is you saw the mindset difference and the home life difference between these two people. Now, on one hand, you had Brooks Koepka. He was very attached to outcome. He was very angry at himself. You could tell that his inner critic was coming out. He lives at this beautiful mansion, in Florida, probably on the beach, in this cove thing with this beautiful house. And he's got his wife there, and his wife's talking to him, showing him all these outfits that she wants to wear. And he is just totally zoned out in his own world, thinking about his golf swing. He needs to get back on par. He needs to get back to who he knows and how he knows he can play good enough of whatever that is. He has high expectations, and you could tell that this dude was just completely in his head. Then you had this other guy on the other side of the spectrum named Scotty Scheffler, who's just going about it, having fun. He literally has won 2 or 3 golf tournaments in a row, which is pretty unheard of. He's considered the top in his game at the moment of when this was recorded. And everyone's how is this guy doing it? He's just having fun. He's enjoying himself. And you hear him talk, this Scotty Scheffler guy, about his process. And he's you can tell he wants to have fun. You can tell that he literally says, I just want to be 1% better every day, and I want to play the best golf that I can. Look at the difference between the two. One is means to an end. It's I need to do this so that I can be enough, from the Brooks guy. I need to get back to where I used to be. And then there's also an attachment to the process. Every little mistake, it's an overemphasis on the mistake. It's a beating myself up because of the mistake. Whereas the Scotty guy was just focused on getting in flow. He was having fun. Now, the home life of these two people was also completely different. The Scotty guy is if I have a bad day at the golf course, I don't take it home with me. That's something that's very important to me. And you could tell he's got this very connective, beautiful relationship with his wife. And his wife is happy, and they're having this great time. They're going for a walk. And you can tell that they have a completely different home life because you see it. Then the guy that Brooks, it's I can't shut it off. I'm obsessed with my golf swing, and I would need to get better. I need to get better. I need to get better. And then you see one with incredible momentum, one that's beating himself up. They go to this golf tournament. Who do you think wins? Do you think it's the Brooks guy that's I need to perform amazing. I need to do this so that I can, subconsciously be good enough. And it was funny at one point, by the way, you probably heard me talk about this before when it comes to thinking in high vibration, and how when you're in high vibration, there's no thinking. When you are attached to thinking, You're in survival mode. You are in guilt and shame and fear and anger, trying to prove and pride. And what happens is you're attached to that because maybe that feels familiar. That's the thriving emotions. When you are in a high vibrational state, you actually think less thoughts because you are more present to the moment. So it's not about thinking better thoughts. It's about thinking less thoughts. And at one time, Brooks was basically talking about Scotty, and he was like, I don't get it. How does this guy, he's like having no thoughts at all. He's like golfing and he's having no thoughts at all while he's doing his thing. And then here I am in my own head. And I thought that was a beautiful explanation of how it actually works. When you're in a flow state and you're doing what you love and you're focused on the moment, you are not thinking thoughts. You are present. You see, thoughts is a survival mechanism that we use to get a certain end result. So this Brooks guy is thinking, he thinks that he can think his way to victory. He thinks that he can think his way out of playing bad golf. And most people think that's how it works. You have to think yourself out of it. That's not how it works. You do not think yourself out of a state where you are attached to overthinking. You focus on getting out of your head by getting into your body, and you focus on having more fun. Even this guy, that's the Scotty guy that's winning tournament after tournament after tournament, and then in this episode wins the freaking tournament. He's like, when it comes to me needing to be serious and being present with the whole of whatever I'm doing when he's playing golf, he's like, I get there. But in between, I'm having fun. Think about the difference of the vibrational resonance of the two. When you are in resistance, do you think that in resistance, you're going to be a winner? Do you think that when you're in flow and alignment, you're going to be a winner? Now, if we could go deeper. I was watching this episode and I was thinking of the childhood energy of Brooks and how he probably as a kid just had, and both of them probably, in golf in general, it's a very competitive sport. I never realized how competitive it was until I've been watching these episodes and how much it is a momentum sport and how people beat themselves up. I might play soon. I feel like it could be fun to play it again and see if I could get into it. Not to like become a really good golfer, but just the meditative aspect of it. The aspect of like how the energy of it works and how it really is like creating your own reality. And you see these people, like if they're having a bad game, they'll have an easy shot. At one point, Brooks had a shot that was 3 or 4 feet away and he missed it. And he even had a belief where he's like, I used to be the king of within 8 feet. Within 8 feet of the hole, I could get it in every time. I was the best in the league. And now I'm the worst. Well, attachment to thinking, trying to think yourself out of it, will keep you there. Will keep you from actually being successful. The key is not thinking. The key is not even doing. The key is in being and giving yourself permission to be. Now, if we were looking at the childhood energy of this Brooks guy, you'd probably see that there was some form of worthiness that was tied to the game, some seriousness that was tied to the game. There are rules in his mind that says, unless I do XYZ and get XYZ result, then I can't be happy. I cannot enjoy my life, even when I'm not playing golf. His livelihood, his sense of security is tied up in it so much. So detaching from outcome is one of the most powerful things you can do when you realize as well what you think you're going to get as the end result and how you think that will feel is an illusion. Because you won't feel it for long. Even when you see these people that are winning, it probably feels great to win. But you want to know what I bet you Scotty Scheffler would tell you? You want to know what's probably better than him winning 3 or 4 times in a row? Being in the flow state and enjoying the process. I almost guarantee you he would say that. Because you think about it, when at the end of winning the Masters, you've got like a minute or two, or maybe even a day or two of feeling, oh, I did it. I won. But if that's the bar, it's like eventually you let yourself you let yourself down because it's like, is this all there is? But when you're in the process, when you're in the flow, it is so much more enjoyable. So what can we learn from these two different dichotomies of perspectives? One is attached to outcome, does not get the result that they want. They have a lot of resistance and a lot of the inner critic. If he were to be nicer to himself and not such an inner critic towards himself, he would do way better. If he were to get more inside of his own body and focus on having fun and enjoying the game, he would do way better. You know, it's interesting. He even said that like when he first got into like the finals and he became a good golf pro, it was like he was so in the moment. And it sounded like he was enjoying the process, but then he got there and he's like, now there's all these pressure. There's the pressure of the sponsorships. There's the pressure to continue to make it, to stay on par, I guess you could say. Golf pun. And there is this pressure that then creates the resistance. Now, even when I first got on YouTube back in 2017, at first, it's just making videos. It's just having fun. It's just trying to add value. And then results come. Great. Oh my gosh. And then there's an attachment to results that can come. I got to keep the momentum going. Don't want to lose it. Don't want to fall off. What if I just lose everything? That's the kind of energy that then creates resistance. And then it's like, I'm going to make a banger video. I'm going to make the best videos ever. Result-based, result-based, result-based. And then you could see me making videos. I'm like, this video, please watch my videos. It's like a more tense energy. And then you go through a phase and then you're like, wait, I will say the best my YouTube channel has ever done is when I'm the most non-attached to outcome. It's when I'm having the most fun and I'm in a flow state and I'm not even thinking about the results. And it's about, for me, it's always been that recognition that you are either focused on outcome or you're focused on enjoying the moment and then becoming the best version of yourself. If you were to listen to Mr. Beast, who is the number one YouTuber with like 300 million YouTube subscribers, talk about making YouTube videos. At a certain level, he probably is attached to like how well his videos do. But I do notice that in his interviews, he always says the same thing. I just want to make the best videos possible. I just want to make the best videos possible. He had interviews that came out like 2 years ago, and he just said that in like every interview. I just want to make the best videos possible. He definitely, I think, is attached to wanting to be the number one YouTuber. I definitely think. But what I'll say is he's immersed in the process of making the best videos possible. Just like that Scotty Scheffler guy is like wants to play the best golf he can. And at the end of the day, he's not going to let it beat himself up. And one I would say has very much, look at this. Brooks' whole identity is golf. That like, this is a blanket statement. I don't know them personally, but from the episode I watched, Brooks has a very high importance on his sense of golf and his worthiness. His golf and his life in the golf course, out of the golf course. That's why he's thinking about it even when he's at home, because he's in a survival mode of trying to get what he wants, and he then perpetuates overthinking. The Scotty guy is like, I'm going to play the best golf I can. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be serious when I need to be serious. But then when I leave, I'm not going to let it affect my home life. So his whole entire sense of identity is not only in golf. He also has a great relationship with his wife. Like, that's at least what it looked like in the episode. But the reason I share that is because if you want to decrease the level of importance on something, allow yourself to also have other outlets. That will decrease the resistance. So then it's like, even if you're not playing the best golf, making the best YouTube videos, you have other things you enjoy doing. You have other things you're passionate about. You know, when I was selling women's shoes, I used to pay attention to when I went in every day at the sales commission job, I could very easily see the correlation between how much I was selling to my energy. And if my energy was attached to selling $5,000 worth of shoes, outcome, it's also literally think of this. It is literally manipulating the universe. You will give me what I want. You've got your hands to the throat of the universe saying, you will give me what you want. When I was selling women's shoes, I needed to make $5,000. Hello, customer, how are you? Are you going to help me make my $5,000? I'm going to manipulate you and manipulate the universe into giving me what I want. And think about it. You got the Scotty Scheffler guy that's like, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy the process, play great golf. And you got this Brooks guy that's like, golf, give me what I want. Tell me I'm good enough, daddy. That's the energy difference. One's manipulating the universe to get what you want. because you have the illusion that that is even going to give you what you want. But if you go in and you have more fun and you make the intention way more about the purpose and the having the fun, changes everything. When I was selling women's shoes, if I went into work and my intention was, I want to enjoy connecting to customers, I want to show more of my personality and have fun, I want to and intend to add value to people to increase their emotional state, I would have that intention and get a way better result than if my intention, because you start at zero every day, it's completely sales commission. I'm selling women's shoes, high-end women's shoes that sometimes are $200 shoes all the way up to $1,500 or more for a pair of shoes. And I could very clearly see when I am not attached to someone buying and I am in a high vibrational state, people buy. They just do. Like, I'm like, oh, you want to buy shoes? Cool, let's go. I was just having so much fun with you. Literally, that's how it would work. But the people that are like, now customers aren't buying today. Oh my God. I mean, I know selling women's shoes isn't a sport or anything, but it was very interesting for me to watch my coworkers sell shoes, forcefully sell shoes, or non-attached sell shoes, and the difference between that. And it was like night and day difference when I would go in with those two different energies. One is buy shoes, put my hands to the throat of the universe. And the other was having more fun, enjoying the process. When I make YouTube videos, and here's the thing, you want to know the thing that is the funny joke of the whole entire matter? Which days do you think I enjoyed more? Going in, you will buy shoes from me, $5,000 I need to make, hands at the throat of the universe? Or do you think I enjoyed more having fun, showing my personality, connecting with customers, joking around, elevating their state? Which do you think I enjoyed more? So the funny thing is that you end up getting the result that you want. And if you don't right away, it's okay. But you also enjoy the process more. So what I'm trying to share with you is that you think that if you let go, you won't enjoy the process. You think if you let go, you're not going to get what you want. And what you want because you think it's going to make you happy. I'm here to say it's not going to make you happy. You enjoying the process will make you happy, and then you will get better results, and then that may somewhat add to happiness, but it's not going to completely make you happy. You must fall in love with the process. Like right now, I'm in the process of cutting some body fat. So I'm in the process of eating in a calorie deficit. What I used to do back in the day is I would do something called crash dieting. I'd be, okay, I want to lose weight. I want to get there as fast as possible. I'm going to crash dieting. It's going to affect sleep. It's going to be miserable. And then I'd create this relationship with it where I just didn't enjoy the process whatsoever. And what I'm doing this time is I'm enjoying the process. I get to enjoy going to the gym. This is the week that I'm in the biggest deficit. I'm literally walking like 15 to 20,000 steps a day, and I'm eating very low calories, like 22, not too low though. But I'm also dropping like a pound and a half of body fat a week, and I'll be done with it soon. But I'm enjoying the process. I'm not like I need to get in and get out. It's not affecting, it's a completely different way of going about things. So when it comes to letting go, understand that letting go is easy when you realize and you stop buying into the belief that your worthiness is tied to this thing that you want. Like, think about it. If you're talking about dating, you're like, okay, Aaron, you're telling me if I let go of needing a relationship, if I let go of what people think of me, then I'll be more magnetic and will I get what I want? Think about it. If you are unattached to outcome and you are having fun, like you're going on dates, you're enjoying yourself, you're asking yourself the question, am I interested in this person instead of, does this person like me? Because then I can close the loop from childhood and feel like I'm enough. You know that person's not going to be the ever-ending happiness to you. You must be the one committed to the work, committed to having fun, to committing to your own inner journey. And then you can collaborate with someone else. However, the attachment is what keeps you blocked. It's what keeps you, if you're at the throat of someone you're dating, you're like, you will give me validation and approval, you will like me, it's going to repel them. And what I'm saying is instead of doing that, have fun, enjoy yourself. Remember, they're not going to be the ever-ending happiness anyways, which is good because now you can enjoy life more. You could focus on being present to the moment, going on dates and having fun, and then you're more magnetic. And then you enjoy the process more. So what I'm proposing to you are two different timelines. One is resistant, controlling, and outcome focused, and the other is present to the moment, having fun, and much lighter. Both are different aspects that you can tap into. But if you believe that that you must focus on the end result, here's the thing: focusing on that end result with hands to the universe type energy won't get you the results anyways. You just believe it will, and then you overthink as a survival mechanism. Think less thoughts, have more fun. Focus on being present to the moment. Focus on enjoying the process, meow. Focus on becoming better every day by enjoying and getting into flow more. So if you haven't checked it out yet too, I have a whole entire course called High Vibe 101. It's a $1,000 course for free with meditations and a process to help you to get more into a flow state and to release what doesn't serve you. If you want to check that out for free, it's in my High Vibe Tribe community, which is free. You can hit the link below, join High Vibe Tribe, see High Vibe 101 in the classroom section. And then if you want to learn more about how mastering detachment will completely transform your life, watch this video. It's one of my most popular videos as of lately, right here. People that are not attached have a more magnetic energy.